on behalf of the Flight Safety Foundation, and in particular the Business Aviation Committee, of which I have the distinct honor of serving on as the chair for the next 2 years. But what's more important to my point of being up here rather than to talk about myself is just to share a few words with all of you how business aviation can partner with the World Food Program and the extraordinary efforts that the people that put forward to feed some of the most feed people and deliver humanitarian aid in some of truly the most desperate conditions in the world. The Flight Safety Foundation's mission is to pursue the continuous improvement of global aviation safety and the prevention of accidents. Now, my committee, the Business Aviation Committee, we've taken up key issues with our community on issues such as professionalism, fatigue, and also addressing the looming pilot shortage and engineer shortage that we see coming in the future, and certainly being felt even more acutely in this part of the world, and certainly as you look further east to China. But when I think about those items, it dawns on me that certainly WFP operations face a lot of the same challenges with talent, with professionalism, and fatigue. And when I look at it a little bit deeper, and this is what encouraged me and what motivated me to want to reach out to the WFP aviation community, is when you stop and think about it, what business aviation really does is we do very similar things that WFP aviation does. We fly to remote destinations. We fly to destinations without a great deal of support services. We place a great deal of the burden on our flight crews and our dispatchers and our engineers to operate in very difficult conditions. Now, I'll admit, flying a G550 into Beijing is not as challenging as flying a Caravan 208 in Sudan. However, if you just sort of take a step back and you think about what we're all doing, is we're flying airplanes, we're maintaining airplanes, and we're managing risk. Now, I'm not only a chairman for a nonprofit organization, which is volunteer, I'm also a business aviation guy. I'm a director of flight operations for a Fortune 100 company in the States. I manage 5 business jets, have 20 pilots, a dozen maintenance technicians, and another dozen or so support people. So I understand our community very well, I think. And when I look around this room, when I talk in other parts around the world, I see just literally the wealth of expertise and talent and skill that the business aviation community can bring forward. And I don't see any reason why we should be so insular in our own operations and our own community and not be sharing really this expertise and this wealth with the broader global aviation community, because it certainly fulfills the mission for the foundation and certainly all of our own mission, because I think we want to look beyond just our own business aviation community and certainly beyond just our own operations. So just to finish up, I'm often asked by my business aviation colleagues, well, what's in this for me? I can remember the first time I pitched this a couple of years ago. I sort of said facetiously after pitching it, I get a quizzical look from an individual, and they're sort of looking at me, well, what does this have to do with flying my Gulfstream into Teterboro? And my answer to him is it has absolutely nothing to do with it. But where it does have something to do with it is that we're sharing all this common goal around aviation safety. But when they ask me, why should we be doing this? Now, I know it's a cliche to say it's the right thing to do, but when you really stop and think about it, it really is the right thing to do to help this community and help WFP Aviation and the great work that their ASU does. Secondly, it casts business aviation in a positive light, because one of the perceptions that we face oftentimes in the States, and I suspect the challenge is the same, is it's just a lot of fat cats flying around in their overpriced toys. So I think this is another way that we can really do it. All you have to do is look no further than the Haiti relief effort, because it was business aviation that was the first on the scene. It wasn't anyone else. It was a Caravan 208, I believe, that was delivering relief supplies in Haiti. And finally, and this is what resonated with my company and why I was able to convince my employer why this is a worthy cause, is you hear a lot of discussion in the business community about corporate social responsibility. And I can't think of a better way to meet that mission than to help feed starving children around the world. I want to thank you all very much, and I look forward to perhaps networking a little bit and meeting some of you later on.